one of the sentences in which the Imam answers Ibn Abbas, he says, pertaining to the inhabitants of Al-Basra, إنما هم مقيمون من أجل رغبة يرجونها أو عقوبة يخافونها, which means that they, the people of Basra, are where they are because there is an interest that appeals to them and they are waiting for it, or there is a punishment that awaits them and they fear it. We covered the exchange of opinions between Al-Imam Ali and the Muslim public. And we realized from this exchange between the leader and those who are being led that the leader himself felt disappointed concerning now the people who are his subjects. And he complained. A couple of his famous statements, when he would make wudu, he would say, this, referring to his beard, he put his hand on his beard, is going to be tainted from this, and he put his hand on his forehead. That's in reference to the blood that will flow on his face. And the other sentence that is related to him is the one that says, مَتَى يَظْهَرُ أَشْقَاهَا? What is keeping the most morbid person from appearing? That's in reference to his assassin. مَتَى يَظْهَرُ أَشْقَاهَا? All of this indicates that there is a lack of confidence now in the people who are being led. Two features stand out in this relationship between the Imam and the Ummah. The first one is the leader never begged or never asked or never requested the allegiance of this citizenry. Never. When the time came and they realized he's the only leader they had, they came to him. So he wasn't a person who imposed himself on these people. This is a feature that most of the time is not noticed by most of the Muslims. The second feature is, when it came to war, he never forced anyone to go to the war front. Never. He would encourage them. He would motivate them. He would stir them. But he would not impose his will upon them. And being that these were the features of his leadership, he had the type of people now who began to complain. This was a leader who was concerned with al-haq and al-adl and nothing else. And they began to lose interest in al-haq and al-adl. some people have a rosy or a non-practical view of the first generation of Muslims. They think they could make no mistakes. They think that they were above the average human being. Brothers and sisters, committed Muslims, these were human beings just like me and you. What makes them exceptional is their proximity to Allah's Prophet. And the further they distance themselves from Allah's Prophet in their behavior, in their attitude, in their internal thoughts, in their social psychology, the more we can understand that Allah and His Prophet were speaking to human beings then, and speaking to human beings now, and speaking to human beings until the end of human life. What happens now if we are to use our God-given intellect and mind? We ask, what happened that we began now to realize that there is a popular failure that is catching up with the Islamic leadership? What is it? What happened? And once again here we encounter an area in Muslim history and in the Muslim public mind that hasn't generated what we may call a satisfying answer. But we can attempt to understand what happened. We're not infallible. We understand Allah and His Prophet, and with this understanding we venture to answer such a question. Allah says to us in the organic and in the basic understanding of human nature, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. Here is the words of Allah that describe to us our human nature and the internal inclinations and propensity that come with it. He says there is a direction of acculturation, a direction of refinement pertaining to this human nature and human disposition, and there is an opposite direction of disintegration and destruction. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. If we were to take a look at this human nature in Arabia at that time, in the years of Allah's prophets, this human nature was at work. There were the companions of Allah's Prophet, the devotees of Allah's Prophet, the disciples of Allah's Prophet, who committed themselves thoroughly to the core to Allah and His Prophet.